Hello everyone. In this video, we will dive into the code to understand how the app works and highlight key features and understand the code for this Stopwatch application, which is hosted in Github repository. So first, let's look into the structure of our code. So this is the HTML file. We have a basic layout with a container div, a heading, a timer display, and 3 buttons for start, stop, and reset. So this is the container, this is the heading, this is the timer container, which has a timer, and these are the 3 buttons. And here we are calling, we are linking the style sheets, and we are linking the JavaScript, which is an external file. And so we will dive into the JavaScript file. This is the stopwatch logic is implemented in this script.js. We have functionalities for starting, stopping, and resetting the stopwatch. The timer is updated every second using the set interval function. So using this set interval function, we are updating the timer. And if we go by line, here we are declaring the variables. And so using let, we have declared these 4 variables here. And this is the function to start the stopwatch. And in this function, what we are doing is, if not time interval, means we are checking if the time interval is not already running. And we are starting the timer and call the update timer. So here we are starting the timer and calling the update timer. If time interval is not running, for every 1000 milliseconds, means it will update every 1 second. Since okay, this is the function to stop the stopwatch, and here it will clear the time interval. So when we click on it, the effectively stops the timer. It will effectively stop the timer, and here it will make it null. So reset the time interval variable to null. Here we are resetting the time interval to null. And this is the function to reset the stopwatch. And here when we click on stop the stopwatch, it will stop the stopwatch which is running, and it will reset the seconds, minutes, and hours to 0. So that is what it is. And function to update the timer every second. This is the function to update the timer every second. And it is incrementing the seconds here. And if here it checks if 60 seconds is reached and resets to 0, then increments minutes if 60 seconds is reached. That is what here. Here if 60 minutes is reached, we are updating it to 0, and we are incrementing the hours here. And here we are updating the timer display here. So the function to update the timer display, this is the function to update the timer display. Here we are formatting the time with the leading zeros using the pad function. So yeah, here we will update the HTML element with the formatted time. That is what we are doing by calling the get element by ID timer. We are updating the HTML element with the formatted time. So this is the function to pad single digit numbers with the leading zeros. So what we are doing, if the value is less than 10 and a leading 0, otherwise return the value as is. So this is a JavaScript code defines simple stopwatch functionality. The stopwatch, and the reset stopwatch functions handle the start, stop, and reset functions. Respectively, the update timer function is responsible for incrementing the time values every second. And the update timer display function updates the display of HTML page. The pad function is used to add the leading zeros to single digit numbers for better formatting. So this is the styling CSS we have used here. So here we will apply the background gradient of the body. So that is the reason it is a blue and greenish color. Here we have used these colors, and this is the height, alignment, item, center we are using. And this is the styles we are using for container, timer container, and button colors for button start and button stop and reset. This is the button stop, and we are also coloring the hover also. Buttons, when we click, when we go onto the button, it will change the color. That's why we are using hover. And that's it. This is the simple website. When I will give the demo of the web page. So this is the web page which is hosted in Github pages. So it is loading. If we go here, you can click on this view my stopwatch, and when we click on start, for every 1000 milliseconds, that is 1 second. Here we are updating the seconds. And when I click on stop, it will stop the timer. And when I click on start, it will again continue for every 1000 milliseconds. When I click on reset, it will stop the timer, and it will update the timer with zeros. Like this it is. This is a simple website that we built using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. as part of the project. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.